Thank you for subscribing to our channel. Today is Sunday, November 8, 2020. Deutsche Welle report. Georgia, election protesters clash with police in Tbilisi. Tens of thousands of opposition supporters gathered in the Georgian capital of Tbilisi on Sunday, rejecting the result of the ex-Soviet nation's tightly contested parliamentary elections last month. Demonstrators who gathered outside the Central Election Commission (CEC) building were confronted by police. Live television footage showed riot police firing water cannons without warning after demonstrators threatened to blockade the building.
CNN report. Trump's lawyers must put up or shut up. Sean Wu at S. Hanlon Wu is a former federal prosecutor and CNN legal analyst who writes frequently on racism and the law. The views expressed in this commentary belong to the author. View more opinion at CNN. From the long night in 1960, when NBC did not announce John F. Kennedy was elected president until 7 a.m., to the 5-week post-election battle between Al Gore and George W. Bush in 2000, Americans have often had to wait for election results.
Al Jazeera report. Qatar Airways welcomes UK court's judgment in Al Arabiya case. Qatar Airways has welcomed a UK court's judgment that it has the jurisdiction to decide on a lawsuit filed by the carrier in a case against Saudi-owned broadcaster Al Arabiya over its airing of footage deemed misleading by the airline. Following a 3-day court hearing, the English High Court on Friday dismissed the United Arab Emirates-based outlet's application to contest the court's competence to hear the claims.
BBC report. Canary Islands sees 1,600 migrants arrive over weekend. About 1,000 arrived on Saturday alone, setting out on about 20 barely seaworthy boats. One person was flown to hospital by helicopter. There has been a sharp increase in the number of migrants from West Africa attempting to reach the Canary Islands in recent months. The island chain is just 100 kilometers (60 miles) off the coast of North Africa. According to the Spanish government, more than 11,000 arrivals have been recorded in the Canary Islands this year compared with 2,557 during the same period last year.
BBC report. Alex Trebek, Jeopardy! Game show host dies after cancer battle aged 80. Mr. Trebek announced he had been diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic cancer in March 2019. The Jeopardy! Twitter account said on Sunday he had passed away peacefully at home, surrounded by family and friends. Mr. Trebek had hosted Jeopardy! Since 1984, and had received numerous awards and honors for his work. Known for his sharp wit and charisma, the Canadian-American presenter became the face of Jeopardy!
Fox report. New Mexico woman suspected of killing grandfather, hiding body in tool chest, arrested in Florida. A woman from New Mexico allegedly fed her grandfather a lethal dose of medication, then stuffed his body in a tool chest before driving across the country, according to officials. New Mexico State Police announced that Candy Jo Webb, 27, was arrested Thursday by U.S. Marshals in Jacksonville, Florida. 3 weeks after her grandfather's body was discovered, Webb was taken into custody without incident and was booked into the local detention center in Florida where she will await extradition to New Mexico, state police said in a news release.
CNN report. Claims that dead people voted went viral. These are the facts. To hear some people tell it, including a handful of prominent Republicans, such as members of President Trump's family and supporters like former House Speaker Newt Gingrich and former acting director of National Intelligence Richard Grenell, you might think that Democrats were using dead people to steal Michigan's Electoral College votes from Trump, but, like much of the misinformation circulated online this week by some Trump supporters, the claim falls apart under scrutiny.
Fox report. WHO reports coronavirus discovered among mink populations in 6 countries. 6 countries have reported coronavirus cases among farmed mink, the World Health Organization announced. Italy, Spain, Sweden, the Netherlands and the U.S. joined Denmark in noting the presence of the virus among mink farm populations, the WHO said in a statement. The concern over mink population infections arises from the recent discovery of mutations in the virus among farmed mink in Denmark. The cluster 5 variant, as the WHO labels it, has a combination of mutations that have not been previously observed.
Fox report. Vietnam War Marine awarded Medal of Honor finally buried at Arlington. A 90-year-old Florida woman was on hand last week as her son, killed in Vietnam and posthumously awarded the Medal of Honor, was buried at Arlington National Cemetery. The military ceremony for Marine PFC Bruce Carter took place Wednesday with Marines from the Washington Marine Barracks, the Old Guard Kyson Platoon, and the President's Own Marine Band. At the end of the ceremony, the American flag that covered the casket was presented to Carter's mother, Georgie Carter Krell.
Deutsche Welle report. Turkey, Erdogan's son-in-law resigns as finance minister. Berat Albayrak, the son-in-law of Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan, stepped down as Turkey's finance minister on Sunday citing health reasons. After serving in ministerial posts for nearly 5 years, I took the decision not to continue my duty due to health issues, Albayrak said on Instagram. He also said he intends to spend more time with his family, whom he said he neglected. Albayrak, 42, has been in the post since 2018 after serving 3 years as Erdogan's energy minister.
BBC report. Ethiopia's army chief sacked as Tigray fighting continues. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's office announced their replacements on Twitter. No reason was given for the changes. Long-standing tensions between the central government and the local administration in Tigray boiled over into clashes last Wednesday. Dozens of casualties have been reported, with reports of more airstrikes. There are fears the conflict could lead to civil war, which could also destabilize neighboring countries.
Deutsche Welle report. Belarus, hundreds arrested as opposition looks to Biden. Belarusian police clashed with demonstrators who were demanding the resignation of the country's authoritarian leader on Sunday, almost 3 months to the day since a disputed election earned President Alexander Lukashenko a 6th term. For the 14th consecutive Sunday, protesters turned out on the streets of Minsk, and human rights activists said more than 500 people were arrested. Thousands of demonstrators tried to enter the center of the Belarusian capital from several directions, but authorities cordoned off the area with armored vehicles and phalanxes of riot officers wielding batons who prevented protesters from gathering in one place.
Al Jazeera report. Storm Eta hits Cuba, expected to be hurricane and strike Florida. A strengthening tropical storm Eta sliced across Cuba Sunday and was aimed at the southern tip of Florida, where a hurricane warning was posted for a storm that has left scores dead and over 100 missing in Mexico and Central America, where it hit last week as a major hurricane. The United States National Hurricane Center in Miami said the storm could become a hurricane again before reaching the Florida Keys, and it declared hurricane and storm surge warnings for the Keys from Ocean Reef to the Dry Tortugas, including Florida Bay, with the storm expected to reach that area by Monday night or early Tuesday.
Fox report. UK Defence Chief discusses robot soldiers, warns pandemic fallout risks another world war. UK's Chief of the Defence Staff said in a televised interview aired Sunday that economic uncertainty caused by the coronavirus pandemic increases the risk of a third world war, adding that robot soldiers could make up at least a quarter of the British Army by the 2030s. In an interview with Sky News ahead of Remembrance Day, Sir Nick Carter, the professional head of the British Armed Forces, said tributes to those who perished during wartime still hold relevance today, even though there is no one alive who served in World War I and the number of veterans from World War II is dwindling.
Al Jazeera report. France's Le Drian in Egypt amid tensions over profit cartoons. France's foreign minister has visited Egypt in an attempt to ease tensions with the Muslim world after protests in several countries against France's defense of the publication of caricatures depicting the Prophet Muhammad, along with holding talks with President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry. Jean-Yves Le Drian on Sunday also met Ahmed Al-Tayeb, the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar, Egypt's highest Muslim authority.
Thank you for watching 5 p.m. recap. To be notified, you can subscribe our channel and activate the bell.